The Joe Rogan Experience.
October 2008 to June 2009, that's when I had an open mic at the store. And I just remember Michael Jackson just died, and I just remember it was like this energy was crazy that night. And there was an open mic. There was like 16 comics in the main room, and I was like 14. And I was like, no. And then they were like, Justin's going third.
So we didn't start doing the podcast at the Ice House until 2009.
Yeah, it was right after I got passed.
No, I don't think we started at the Ice House until 2011, now that I'm thinking about it. I think we mostly did it at my house for the first year or two.
It was 2011. That makes sense.
So that's probably when I met you. So you were already rolling by then.
Well, no. I had no idea.
Well. On stage, you were doing well.
I was doing well, but I didn't know who I was. I knew how to make people laugh, but I didn't know I didn't know the process. And so Mitzy was the one who like passed me. I'm the last guy she passed at the store.
Whoa.
And so I just remember being like, oh,
what did she say to you?
She didn't say anything. She just pointed. She looked at Tommy and said, make him a regular. And he was like development spots? And she's like, no, he's ready. And then I remember being taken away, and they were like, you've just been passed by Mitzy Short. Like, it was like a weird, like, Ren Fair wizard thing. Like, dude, what has happened to you never happens. And then I just remember being like, oh, shit. Like, I did my research about the place, and I just remember being like, oh, damn. And I'm looking at her right now.
Yeah.
And just that feeling of, like, I've got to make this happen. I've got to make sure. Because she had never... I don't even know when the last time she came to the store was, but you know, everyone kind of knew she was ill.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be like, God, I hope this wasn't like just her having dementia and being like, Ham, because you know, like, oh, she's insane. She picked that guy. Dude,
when she passed me, I didn't sleep that night.
Really?
No. I was lying in bed. Mm-hmm. I remember thinking, I can't believe. Like, I'm a paid regular at the store. I was already on TV.
Yeah?
I was already on a TV show. Yeah. That didn't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
What meant something to me was like, I was a real comic now.
It's a stamp of approval.
The guy had already been paid. You know, I'm starting to cry.
Oh, Joe. Get in touch with the emotions. It's normal.
I'd already been doing stand-up, like, for money. You know, I'd done a lot of headlining gigs. I traveled. I did some road gigs, and I did a lot of stuff around New York before I came to L.A., you know, and then I was out here in 94, and she made me a non-paid regular, and I would go, I'd go on last every night, and I was here every night because I didn't have any friends. I was staying at the Oakwood Garden apartments, those pre-furnished apartments, and I was on this television show that was terrible, and I was just going to the store every night. I would work all day during the thing. I didn't have any friends, and then I would go to the Comedy Store, and that's where I like tried to find a home,
a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got these late night sets, and it was like, you know, it was always like 5 people in the audience, 6 people in the audience, and then one night she passed me. I've told the story before, but there was a guy named the Todd, and the Todd had, he developed like some pretty severe brain issue, like, and he went insane, and it was really sad because back then I had seen him before I ever came out here on MTV on the half-hour comedy hour.
Oh, huh.
And he sat down next to Mitzy while I was on stage and laughed his ass off, just
Is this the OR or the main room?
In the OR, in the OR, and then I came off stage and she just goes, okay, you're passed.
That was it.
That was it. That was my second audition for her. The first one, she made me a non-paid regular, and I did that for months. And then I became a paid regular. But Todd pulled me aside, and he goes, I sat there, and he goes, you're really funny. He goes, but I sat there and I laughed really fucking hard. And I told Mitzy, you're really funny. And he goes, and you're going to do that for other people someday.
Yeah. It's a cool feeling. It's a cool feeling to, I actually had the moment of seeing her. I think it was at it was a reunion. What was it, the 40th reunion? Something a couple years ago, and they had me on like the class of 2000s. It was like Natasha and some other people were on the lineup, maybe even Duncan, I don't know. And she was sitting in the back. They brought her in her wheelchair, and I was like, I have to say hi to her. You know, I didn't get to say hi to her. I didn't get to meet her the last time. She just pointed and took off, and I kind of like I went up to her and I looked in her eyes and I shook her hand and I said, "Hi, I'm Justin. It's an honor to meet you, and I just want to say thank you because you changed my life." And she just stared at me, and I was like, she doesn't even know. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, she just squeezed my hand, and that was it. That's all I needed. So that to me was like, oh, she's there. She gets it.
Yeah, you know, she'd have those moments where she'd be in and out.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's everything that I've done that's led up to where I'm at now has been for her too, because I haven't had other than my mom and my friends back home. I've never had somebody really believe in me like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Like,
very
give you that
special.
stamp, that
It's very
stamp.
special. And just, to be a
Stamp
part of a
approval
family.
from her.
Yeah. And
That
that's
is-
what it was. I mean, and that's what helped me getting out of that, like, I'm not good enough and, oh, I'm moving home. It's like, oh, wow, I actually have a home now. And every time I go there now, I just feel so welcome and, you know, it's nice. It's a fraternity. It's a sorority. It's a university. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is.